numbers, big numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Tackle made there by Traven Howard.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Peyton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll run on first down. Dillon. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's done. I got two. Kill. No.
2nd and 1. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. On 3rd down, here's Peyton. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Here we go. 8-3. Get it.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 26-yard line.
Let's go
3
now.
yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
X3. 218. Chopper. Ready.
From the pistol, it's Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Costello. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. This will be caught by Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
13 yards. First down, Raiders.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
At the 40-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Just like that. Just like that. Chance. 5.
Looking to throw. Costello. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception,
he's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
And the Raiders first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Second and 13. Got an open man. It's Burnett. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line.
First down, Raiders.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. But he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and it converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Costello. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
10 over.
Cut. Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
On 1st and 10, Costello. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tariq Cohen, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Cohen. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Give me something. Here we go.
Hey, exit. Hit it.
To throw again. Costello. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards there. 1st down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Fan. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Alpha.
Off play action. Costello. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Called out a very strong gain of 24. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there.
Pull it high. Shoot.
From the gun, Costello. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Nassib drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped.
I'm coming back.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And this one complete to Burnett. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Ebukam Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that
and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Samson Abukum able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. 82 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will shave one more off this lead. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, Orbit. Yo, back.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
We got 3.
Hey, high 7.
24 is the mic. I know he ain't got it.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Speed grip, speed grip.
Operating from the gun. Costello. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 21 yards there on third down.
60 outlaw. Ball formation 61. Match box right.
On first down, Costello. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Costello. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is Cohen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30, and he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Down, 50, plant.
Right here, right here. Shoot. Watch the air.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 13 yards out. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. The point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abuka getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now left side on the swing pass. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
On the double. Check. Shoot.
Throwing on first down. Costello. And that's complete to Cooks. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got his man on the out route.
Complete to number 80. It's a gain of 3. Brings up third.
The Rams on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
2-8 now.
Off the play fake. Costello. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on, set.
They'll come out in the pistol. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
You think you won't get this? 25, check 25.
On 2nd down now, Dillon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running right, here's Dillon. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's blitz coming, and down he goes. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And